big, and they're really taking off. Okay, so what we've done is we've constructed a main above ground pond. The pond's dimensions are 13 feet by 5 feet by 3 feet. We've calculated it, and it's roughly around 1,500 gallons of water for the main pond. The fish that will provide the nutrition or the nutrients for the system will reside in here. Okay, so what we got then down here at the bottom of the other end of this pipe is a sump pump. It's pushing water up into what I've constructed, what we call a swirl filter. This is the main, I guess I'll call it the heart and soul of it, because other than providing nutrients, this actually, the purpose of this is to remove particulate matter, and I'll explain how that happens. So, water comes in to the swirl filter. You can see it down there. It's coming in. It got a 45-degree angle PVC. It starts a whirlpool effect, a centrifugal effect, so that any particulate matter that comes into the swirl filter will be pushed towards the outside of the swirl filter and then eventually drop to the bottom. These two pipes here, this one here is the exit, this one is the overflow. One's a little bit lower than that one. Okay, so the water that's leaving the swirl filter through via that pipe comes out here. So the nutrient-rich water exits the swirl filter via this 2-inch PVC. You can see the media beds here. Off of them, I'm teeing off 1-inch PVC. At the bottom of the lava rock here. Okay. At the bottom of the lava rock here is a manifold that the nutrient-rich water extrudes from, filling up the media bed that has the lava rock. You can see how wet the lava rock is, and that provides the nutrients, and the water, of course, is the delivery mechanism for the plants. The water exits via a drain at this end into another 2-inch PVC that goes all the way down here underneath and into what will be the feeder fish barrel. Okay, so this is what we call the feeder fish barrel. So once the nutrient-rich water filters through the media beds, providing the nutrition for the plants and things of that sort, it enters into the barrel here, okay? And this is nothing more than just a receptacle to hold the water. We're going to screen this off and then eventually stock feeder fish in here that will be able to transplant to the main pond to feed the main fish that are providing the nutrition to the plants. And so it exits back into the pond for recycling. And there you have it.
So this will be a little tour of my aquaponic greenhouse, which has been constructed since around March this year. Here you go. It consists of a big fish tank, around, well, it's 1,000 liters. It's an IBC tank. It's a total of about 1,500 liters of water in the system. And the way it works is that the big tank will empty water into two sump tanks, total of about 500 liters. There are two, they're connected underground. There's one of the plant containers that's being emptied right now. And down here is a pump that will distribute the water. There's only one pump. It will distribute it to all the plant containers, and it will also at the same time distribute it back to the fish tank, which is here. So it creates a continuous circuit. The fish are tilapia. These are red Nile tilapia. You can see a couple of goldfish also, but mostly it's a 30 or 40 red Nile tilapia, which they're very hungry and they're growing very rapidly. Let me see if I mean, I've just fed them, but they're always happy to get a little bit more. I'm experimenting with some duckweed. It's not growing all that well yet. Anyway, lots of other things are growing really well at the moment, particularly cucumbers. They're climbing really fast, and there's a bunch of cucumbers hanging around here. There's one, two big ones up there. It's working well. There's some melons that are growing up there. I've had some tomatoes, but they're not working all that great yet. Hello, there are tomato plants growing. It's just the pH value is a little bit high in the system, so certain things are not doing all that well. But plenty of stuff is growing. I've had a lot of strawberries with basil, certainly no problem. The pepper plants grow them slowly. The zucchini, they're growing like crazy, but they haven't really done the fruit yet, maybe because they haven't been properly, well, I have plenty of bees and insects, but they might not have been properly, what's it called? Well, these are the male flowers, and the female flowers are on the fruit, so they're not very far from each other, but they're not really open at the same time, so there might be some kind of problem. So the total grow bed volume is around 1,100 liters or so. There are only clay balls in these various containers. I'm going to add some worms soon as I get them delivered. That can eat some of the leftover plant matter and so forth. This is still a very young system, and I'm still having a problem with the high pH value, but otherwise everything is progressing rather perfectly. Today is the 20th of August 2012, so I'm sure we'll see a lot more progress in the future. So let me enter another look at the hungry tilapia. They think they're going to eat whenever I show up.
Setup. Aquaponics is a mixture of aquaculture and hydroponics. So to understand what that means, hydroponics is simply growing plants, as you see here, just from water. So there's actually no soil whatsoever, they're all in rocks. And how these plants get the nutrients is if you look down here with the fish, what they do is
they're there.
Yeah, their crap actually gets dissolved through oxygen, and when it gets dissolved by the bacteria, it gets dissolved into more simpler parts such as nitrates. And these nitrates actually get absorbed by these plants. As you can see, it grows quite nicely. So how it works is the fish are in the water, they eat the food, I got the food right here, goldfish food. They're goldfishes, as you can see. And well, through their gills, they excrete ammonia. And through their poop, it's also ammonia and other like phosphates and complicated stuff. And it goes into this thing right here. So you can actually go the other way around if you want.
Okay.
This is actually called a biofilter. And how it works is, the water gets pumped from the pump into here and it goes all the way to the bottom, goes way at the bottom, and then the water rises to all these, what are they called, sponges. And so a lot of the crap gets stuck there and then dissolves. And then the filtered water goes into here. A lot of it, like the unfiltered stuff still goes into here, but that's why there's more bacteria into here, which dissolves it. And there's actually 3 bacteria that do it. So ammonia gets transferred into nitrite and nitrate, and the 2 bacteria are nitrosoma and nitrobacter. Those are like the workhorses for the system, and you can see it works. If you'd like to know what plants these are, this is one of those big tomatoes, basil. This is aloe vera. These are like a different kind of basil. This is Thai, by the way. This is some sort of Greek or Mediterranean. We have some peppers here, and we have heirloom broccoli right here. Look at these beasts.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Real nice. And honestly, I don't even know if this works. This is my first time growing, and the whole point of it is to see if it works, and clearly it's working.